and welcome to another episode of this beautiful Soulful Conversations. And today, I am very happy because I am totally in my space. Today, we are talking to moms. We're talking to those people out there that have kids, kids in their environment, kids all the time, kids that will come and sit on their lap while they're on a Zoom call or that are talking in the back. So if you do hear kids, this is what it is. And I am joined with three very, very amazing speakers, and I will let them present themselves to you. And we're going to start with Carol. Carol, who are you and what do you do?
Yes, hello and welcome everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. So I am Carol Soto. I am a healer. I am a spiritual teacher. I am a global speaker. I empower empath so they can be healthier, so they can be happier, so they can follow their heart calling. That's what I do, and that's who I am.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Now we're going to go with Amber. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, so I'm Amber. I'm an aligned business mentor for other entrepreneurial mums. And mostly I help women to continue to either grow or expand their businesses without burning out and their sanity and their well-being intact.
That's actually pretty good. Intact. We all want to stay there.
100%.
I'm very visual and I had a very funny visual that I wish you guys would have access to my brain right now. Sarah, who are you and what?
Yeah, so I'm Sarah Griffiths, otherwise known as Wheelie Mama. I am an intuitive empowerment coach, speaker, author, and copywriter, and I help exhausted people pleasers to feel great in their own skin, radiate like royalty, and help them to achieve a life that really lights them up in every aspect.
Beautiful. So, this panel in particular, the reason why I wanted to bring together women that serve moms or that serve other women, it's because we have a different perspective of life. We have a different perspective of how business should be conducted. We have a different perspective of what healing, when healing happens, if it happens, what self-care looks like, if it happens, and how we get those businesses to be running in a line and balanced way, if that happens. And I would like everybody out there to know that the if can be it has to happen, because if your business is aligned and is balanced, everything will come back to you in an aligned and balanced way. If your life is aligned and balanced, if you do take care of yourself, take care of your well-being, your inner knowing, your inner self, everything will come back to you. And so there is the reason why Carol, Amber, and Sarah are here, because we all talk to women. We all talk to moms. We all talk to very busy people that are busy having everybody around us all align and balance. And sometimes we forget one thing. We also need to stay in that balance and in that aligned way. And I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions so that the audience out there knows how or if they can be aligned and balanced. That's going to be my new thing, if, you know. We're going to start with you, Sarah. Sarah, you've defied the odds and embraced your unique path as a mother and an entrepreneur. Can you share your top strategies for moms who feel overwhelmed and feel like they're losing themselves? How can they reconnect with their true essence?
Mm-hmm. So the first thing for me personally, when I started on my journey, was really deprogramming and unpeeling the layers of other people's expectations and other people's desires for me. Because I was told that it wasn't probably the best idea for me to be a mom. I was actually told at one point that I wouldn't live, that I wouldn't have any quality of life. And I was in danger of shrinking to fit the mold that had been set out for me, and that led to depression and all horrible things. But when I really started to say, okay, so forgetting about the external noise, who am I and what does my soul tell me that I'm here to do? What's this spark and fire within me that's got me to this point? And that I let that be my guide. So instead of, I find with myself and with any clients that I work with, 90% of what weighs us down is other people's expectations or what we perceive as other people want for us. Chances are we're not even on their radar. But when we start trying to live up to what other people or what we think other people expect, that's when it all goes off the rails. So really asking yourself, forget about what's gone before or what might never happen in the future. What do I want here and now, and who am I? And live from that, and let that be your sat nav of where you go next. And then also every morning I ask myself, how can I bring the most joy into my life today? What does my soul want me to experience today? And I'm very intuitively led in what I do. And if that's get loads done, launch a new offer in my business, or if that's go to the beach with my kids, I do it. And then I find that rather than that being a distraction, that fuels me to do more the next day. So yeah, that's what I would say. Instead of worrying about what other people think, really ask yourself, who am I and what do I want? Why am I here and what do I want my legacy to be? If today was my last day, how would I want to spend it? And then follow the joy fearlessly and unapologetically, and you won't go wrong.
Yeah, that's awesome. Follow the joy. Isn't this something that we forget, right? If leaving the dishes in the sink to go and play with your kids is going to be more
Amen.
joyful, do
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
I know that for myself, I was saying this morning, I live on Zoom. Everything for me happens on Zoom. And sometimes I don't have a background. Like right now, we have the background with in the corner, everybody's handles, right? Sometimes I don't. And then I have my kids that are passing or things in the background are never the same. And that is okay. That is okay. I can still do my work as long as I have joy. I love this. Thank you, Sarah, for this. We're going to go with you, Amber. And I have the pleasure to actually work with Amber. Amber was my coach and we still collaborate together. She is still my guide. I look at what Amber does on social media and I'm always like, why can't I do that? And then Amber will have, like, she has that voice in my head now that says, well, you can, but you chose not to. So Amber is a very, very creative being, and she has studied so many things, a little bit like you, Carol. I don't know if you guys know each other personally, but I always feel um, I have the privilege to know so many people with these things. And then I see how you guys are walking the path. And I want to go into the power through creativity with you, Amber.
Okay.
Because you speak a lot about living in a creative way, living, I would say, the whole of who you are and reclaiming your power, right? Because your power is not outside of you, it's inside of you. And I would like you to share, if you can, what are some practical ways mom can tap into their creativity and intuition to align their life and business? And how can they make decisions to honor those desires, their true desires?
Oh my goodness. I feel like this is a topic that is so huge, but I'm gonna try and bring this in a little bit. So first and foremost, for me, creativity comes from this real unique place inside of us, and no two people express themselves in the same way. And it's one of the things that I absolutely love about social media is the variety of ways in which we can choose to express ourselves. And it's really funny, Dominique, that you say, you know, you can, but you chose not to. But it goes even deeper than that. You can, but you're not me. And my creative flow is not you. And so one of the things that I bring into all of the work that I do is human design. And everything that I look at in other people is through that lens of human design. And so when you say to me, can I give you really practical tips on how to be more creative or bring your creative side out into your work? I'm kind of like, well, that really depends on how you're designed to be and who you were designed to be and what you were designed to bring to the world. So real quickly, for those of you who have no idea what human design is a gorgeous self-awareness system that combines the I Ching, astrology, Kabbalah. We've got gene keys, all of the things, so much gorgeous. We've even got modern science, so we've got things that taken into consideration, like the concentration of the neutrino concentration in the atmosphere. And essentially it takes all of these and brings them together and creates this holistic picture of you as an energetic being. And for me, that's where your creativity comes from. If you're a sacral being, then you're going to be following that sacral response. I'm a 4-1 generator, so I am all led by response. No, you could scroll back through my social media for my business for months and months, and you'll see so many shifts and changes as I've responded to the world and really learned to follow, and very much like Sarah was saying, following that inner being. But for somebody who is maybe a projector, I'm going to be saying to you, follow your fascination. Like, you are here to be deeply fascinated by your life. I won't go into deep into each type, but every single type has a different way of being creative, a different way of expressing themselves in the way that they were designed to move. So for me, that'd be the first thing. Get to know your human design and get to understand how you were designed to exchange energy with the world, and then allow that to be free. And I think that's the hardest piece for a lot of people, is even when we know who we are and how we like to express ourselves, we spent a long time not believing that we can, or that it's safe for us. So again, that's a huge part of it, is just step by step, every little day, focusing on building your sense of self-worth, doing things that help you to release fear. So for me, that was EFT tapping, a bunch of other tools, but EFT tapping was the first tool that I came to that really helped me to release the anxiety and step out more with confidence. Does that answer your question, Dominique?
You always answer my questions.
I have to make sure.
So if I recap really in one sentence what we got, Sarah said to go inside and to tap into our inner knowing. And then Amber says that inner knowing has to resonate with you. It doesn't come from somebody else. It comes from what you already have, and it needs to be nurtured. And this leads me perfectly to Carol, because Carol, as a multidimensional healer, you use mom to heal whatever they perceive that needs to be healed in a very intuitive way. And I would like you to talk about, how can moms use energy healing and intuitive practices to release stress and find a sense of peace in their daily lives? Like, what would be maybe a simple practice that they can start with today, whether it's in their life or for their business, but it all starts within, right?
Yes, thank you for the question. So for me, we are energy, right? So as a reminder, you are energy, and everything that is surrounding us is energy. So how you can let go of the overwhelm? How can you let go of the stress, the frustration? Because let's be honest, as a mother, as entrepreneur, we feel so overwhelmed because everyone needs something. Our kids need something, our husband needs something, our clients need something, and we are in a constantly people needing us. So here's where energy healing and intuitive practice, so Sarah and Amber, I'm going to include in their intuitive practice, because we need to reconnect with our body. We need to understand our bodies. When our bodies is asking us to be in that creative mode, in that creativity, that feminine energy, or when do we need to take action? Because action is needed. So understanding first our body. And then when you understand your body, you understand your core, here's where the practice comes in. Start your day grounding yourself, clearing yourself, protecting yourself, right? Go within and ask your body, what will be good for us? What type of energy we would like to bring today? You might want to be in the fun energy, in the peaceful energy. And you know what? We are resting. We are not doing absolutely nothing. And that is okay. We can rest and do absolutely nothing, right? Does that need to be a Saturday or a Sunday? Absolutely not. If Monday feels is your day to rest, take the Monday off. If Wednesday feels like it's the day to rest, take your day off, you know, because we need to be in that flow of your feminine and your masculine and understanding when it is to rest and when it's to take action. So for those new to grounding, earthy is the best way of grounding. So barefoot outside in the grass. And when you are outside in the grass, bring that intention of cleansing. If you're a visual one, you can imagine an energy coming in, and it can be any color. It can be white, it can be gold, it can be orange. Whatever feels true to yourself, allow that visualization and just imagine cleansing and healing. And after you feel that the overwhelm left you, when you feel that you're not stressed, that you are not feeling that anxious, then put a bubble around you that it can keep you protected. And I do this every day when I wake up. When something happened during the day, I repeat and do it. And then before going to bed, repeat it again. But this time also include a gratitude practice. What happened today that it was so awesome? You got to play with your kid, or you sign up that sold out program that you've been working so hard with. Celebrate that day and bring that energy of gratitude. So for me, those are kind of the big three practice, right? The grounding, the clearing, the protecting, and then bringing the gratitude with it. But understanding also that not everything needs to be done. Like, let me tell you my experience. So I remember being a single mom, and my son was 3 to 4 years old. He's 13 now. And my father came in, and you're gonna love this, Sarah, because this is now people's opinion, right? And he come in and he was like, the outside of your home needs some work. And I was like, okay, with all the respect, because you're my father, it's your grandson healthy and fed. Yes, it's the inside of the home organized and clean that my son and I can be good. Yes. Okay, if the outside bother you, you are welcome to work on it. You know? So understand that, yes, there is a to-do list. Yes, there is a lot of things that we need to do, but we don't have to accomplish every day. And if somebody else is bothered by them, ask them. You're welcome to help, right? Or also ask for help, knowing that you don't have to get everything together, that somebody else can do it from you. So to summarize, ground, clear, protect, bring gratitude, and know when to be in your feminine energy and when to be in your masculine energy, and allow your intuition to guide you.
Thank you for this. That was awesome. I love when these panels have nuggets, like those golden nuggets that we can use. And so instead of going into more questions, this is what we're going to go into, because you guys are full of wisdom. We're going to go with you, Sarah. Can you share with the audience a quick tip or a tool or an action step that the audience can implement right away to feel more balanced, aligned, and empowered?
Yeah, so I love this conversation because there's so much of this, so much synergy between us. I would say my two biggest daily things that I do every single day is the one in the morning where I say, what does my soul want me to experience today? Show me the person, place, or circumstance that will bring me closer to who and where I need to be today. And then I'm literally handing it over to the universe to co-create the next step. I'm not taking it on myself to logic my way and force my way through where I think. I'm saying, universe, guide me. And then at the end of every day, I have what I call my warts and all gratitude practice. So I do my 3 gratitudes of like normal standard gratitudes, but then I take my biggest challenge of the day and I write that down as well. And then I say, where can I find the gratitude in this? So what has this taught me about myself? So it's either taught me resilience, strength, humility, something. No matter what the challenge is, there'll be something in it to be grateful for. And when you can look at the worst parts of life through grateful eyes, then everything becomes magical. And that's what I would love for listeners to take away. If you take away nothing else from me today, I would love you to try to look at the biggest pain points in your life through grateful lens and see how it changes.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Amber, your turn now. Is there anything, I know you have a lot of things. You can go into at least 3 if you feel like it. But like that one thing that you really want everybody to know that they can do right now.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things, but I'm actually going to come off of the back of 2 things Carol and Sarah have said. Because you mentioned empowerment and feeling, for me, empowerment is all about being both empowered in both the masculine and the feminine, being able to recognize that you do have desires and decreeing them, owning them, right? Being in your masculine and knowing that you are going to commit no matter what it takes, that you trust in universal timing and you're going to keep fighting until you get that thing done. Like, these 2 energies are balanced within us. And we often find ourselves, because we're helpers and we're healers and we're here to support people, talking about, and this is where Sarah just beautifully led into this, talking about the things that, the struggles that we have, the challenges that we have, the moments where we feel low, the things that didn't go well in our day, and finding gratitude in those. And I think that's like such a gorgeous practice. And I want to redirect us back to the fact that there are so many magical freaking things that happen in your day already. So like building on from both of those things, first of all, stop and have that awareness about what's already happened that's magical in your day, but also stop and recognize how freaking powerful you are. So one of the things that I love and often tell my clients when they're in a celebration mode, when something incredible has just happened to you today, when you just signed that new client or got a huge bulk order on one of your products or services, like whatever it is that has come through that has just lit your soul on fire and makes you feel like, yes, I freaking got this finally. We all have those moments, but we lose them very quickly to the rest of life. And so I want to teach you to anchor that in. And there are 2 ways that I do this. So one of the ways is via an NLP technique, and it's literally called anchoring. And so when you are in the height of that emotion, now you can create this for yourself. So if you just took a moment to close your eyes, and let's just go with the happiest memory you have, the happiest moment of your life. And for me, that's always been when my firstborn son was born. And when they laid him on me, he did something which was just grab my finger. Now, for many people, this may have just been a normal baby thing, but you know what? When I was a child and anyone handed me a newborn baby to hold, really quite a large family, so there was lots of them, I'd always try and shove my finger into their hands and get them to hold on, and they never would. And I felt quite rejected by that. And so this moment for me was like one of the happiest moments because it was the first thing that he did. And honestly, it was gorgeous. So anyway, that would be my happy moment, but you find yours. And I want you just to be in that happy moment, see it playing out before you like a movie on the screen. Hear the sounds that were around you. Who was there? Were you alone? Was there somebody else there? What environment were you in? What could you see about you? Were you indoors or outdoors? Why was this moment incredibly special to you? What was happening? And where did you feel that in your body? It doesn't just have to be one location. You might say, I felt it all over. Could be a specific location, but just really focus your attention on where you felt that in your body. And then I want you to amplify that. Allow that feeling to grow within you, to spread within you. If you were smiling in that moment, allow that smile to beam across your face. No holding back. When you really have that visual clear in your mind and the feeling so strong in your body as if you are still there, I want you just to take one of your fingers, just squeeze the tip of your finger while still focusing on that memory. Still focusing on that feeling. When the feeling fades or begins to fade, just let go. And then open your eyes, come back into the space. And what you do with that, what we've done is just set a very, very small anchor on whichever finger you felt. So you can stack this. So what I tend to do with people that I'm working with is create 3 or 4 of those, go back to different memories, different happy emotions, different times. And again, repeat the same process. Once you can fully feel it in your body, choose any place on your body. I just said a finger because it was easier, but any place on your body where you want to squeeze and you want to choose that same place for the same emotion and continue to do that. Then allow it to go, shake it off, and you can test it out. When you're next feeling a little bit low, or something's happened in your day that's got you frustrated or angry, and you want that little dose of happiness, what you're going to do is squeeze that point. And so I have anchors set for all sorts of things, times where I felt really confident, times where I felt incredibly empowered, times where I felt happy and joyous, times where I felt peace, calm and content, because I've got 3 children, and when they are on one and they're all bickering with each other and arguing in one room, what I really need right now is not happiness, it's the ability to stay calm against all odds, right? Calm anchors are absolutely gorgeous, but setting those anchors and then retopping them up. So anytime, like I said, when you have that celebratory moment, just find your anchor point and hold it down whilst you're in that celebration. And each time you're making that anchor stronger and stronger and stronger. We all have anchors in our life that aren't necessarily touch. We've got anchors from smell, where you smell something that takes you back into a different memory or place or feeling in your body. We've got, maybe even special possessions that you've kept for a lifetime that every time you pick them up takes you back to that place energetically. And so that's essentially, we're doing the same thing, but we're just creating it with intention, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then the other one that I was going to say is when you're in those celebration moments, or you're having a great time, or when you are even just inspired and you have an idea and it's so exciting and you want to capture it, because in 2 weeks' time, once you're in the midst of it, you're going to forget why you ever started this project because it's just so big, right? Record yourself in that moment when the idea is there, when you're excited about it, and just record yourself out loud on your phone, normal voice recorder, 2 or 3 minutes, just explaining why you're so excited about it, what the idea is, why it matters to you, all of the things. So that in 2 weeks' time, when you're in the middle of the project and the tech's going wonky and the kids are, I don't know, drawing on walls when you're not looking and that sort of thing, you put on that recording, play it back to yourself and you go, that's why I'm doing this. So that's my 2 things for you. We'll stop there. Thank you.
That's why I'm doing this. The why is so important. Thank you, Amber, for sharing these golden nuggets. And Carol, I know that you've already shared, kind of like the process. So let's shift it a little bit for you. If you were to tell the audience today, we've got a lot of nuggets in this panel that are amazing, but sometimes, we're like, yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're not in my life. You haven't seen what I've seen. You haven't been where I've been. What would you say to these people?
I will say, just stop what you're doing. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths and tune in into yourself. I will say you can ask the question about, what do I truly need today? What did it truly resonate with me today? And that can be with teachers, mentors, coach, people giving you advice, you listening to podcasts, you doing your day-to-day, right? I know sometimes we speak with our own experience and how we deal with our own practice and experience, but it's all about closing your eye, tuning in, and allow the truth of what you are hearing, of those nuggets, of those teachers, mentor, see what resonates with you. Because I'm going to be honest, I had a lot of teachers, a lot of mentors, a lot of coaches, a lot of healers, and I built my own experience with my own nuggets, depending on what they said, right? So do that. allow yourself and give yourself permission to build your own practice, your own things from pieces, parts, and aspect of everyone, from Amber, from Sarah, from me, from Dominique, and make it yours. Because that's when you're going to make the impact, because now it resonates truly with your heart, with yourself.
Wow, thank you so much for doing the summary of this panel.
You're welcome.
So now what I would like you guys to do is think about this. If I was to be someone out there that is looking to work with a mentor, with a coach, with a healer, and I'm not sure who I am for you, then you're going to answer this question. If you are ... I can help you with ... And this is what's happening at the moment in my business. So we're going to start with you, Sarah.
So yeah, if you are an exhausted people pleaser trying to make your mark in the world and you really have lost sight of who you are or why you started in the first place, I can help you reignite that fire within you. I can give you a 12-month burst of empowerment month by month, a little bit of love in your inbox every month that can guide you and help you to remind you who you are and why you're here. And I can also then help you when we have really discovered who you are and you've got this unshakable self-worth and you're unapologetically shining bright, then we can help create copy for you that really speaks to the true essence of who you are and calls in your dream clients beyond your wildest imagination, because they're seeing exactly who you are and why you're different from everybody else in this world, because you are.
Thank you so much for this. How about you, Amber?
Hey, so I am the person for you if you're a mom in business who has incredibly big dreams and goals and ambitions and knows that you were born to succeed, and yet somehow you keep finding yourself stuck or stagnating. So maybe it's that you keep repeating cycles of burnout, or you keep hitting that income ceiling and you just can't break through it. Maybe it's that you lost the confidence in yourself to promote yourself clearly, passionately, to be visible. Maybe you're struggling to show up consistency. Anywhere where you're feeling stuck or limited in your business, or feeling that pull between business and motherhood, like I can't be a good mother and be a good business owner, feeling like I have to choose between the two. If any of that resonates with you, then I'm your girl. And the way in which I help you is by taking a completely holistic approach to business. So we have 4 foundations in what we call the Limitless Mum Academy. And these are the fire in the foundations because it's what leads to sustainable business success. In other words, success where you don't burn yourself into the ground, trying, reaching your goals, and then not actually being able to enjoy them because you've created a business that doesn't bring you joy or takes so much of your time that you can't actually enjoy the freedom that you've got with your family. So these foundations start with a lot of what we've spoken about today, that inner compass. And for me, a lot of that comes back to human design, which I mentioned earlier. We then have the second foundation, which is well-being and looking after your physical and mental well-being. So neither of those get neglected. And then we have your mind empowerment. So this is all where we bring in hypnotherapy, NLP, EFT, support you in releasing all of those fears and anxieties and the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back and empowering you to become your most confident version of yourself. And then finally is aligned business design. It's bringing all of your business into alignment with your human design and in alignment with your desires and your values for yourself and for your family, and making sure that you're building a business that is actually sustainable and enjoyable for you. And that goes throughout the way you market yourself. Like if you're somebody who says, I don't want to market on social media, then you don't have to. There's a bazillion other ways that I can show you how to market that don't involve you being online 24 hours a day. I personally love social media. That's for me. But there are many other ways in which you can market yourself. So that's what I can do for you. And I just say that the very first step, if you do not know your human design, then the very, very first step is to come and do a human design business reading with me. If you already know your human design, then you might want to consider coming and booking an auric field reading and alignment experience with me and Dominique. She's laughing at me because she knows I got the name of that wrong, so she's giggling over there in the corner. So but where Dominique will use her beautiful gifts and her intuitive skills to actually show you the shadows that might be holding you back in your business, and then you get to come and do some beautiful hypnotherapy sessions with me to help release whatever's holding you back. So that is my piece. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amber. How about you, Carol?
Beautiful. Well, so I am power empath. So if you are an empath and you are a mom that is overwhelmed, and also you have currently a job in navigating your business, I can help you. First, finding clarity, defining your mission. I can help you aligning yourself with your ideal client, but also how you can manage your time, right? Because as mom and as people pleasers with being an empath, we let our cup go to empty. So giving you tools, practice, giving you techniques that you can overflow your cup and you can give your family, you can give your clients, and also your job. And maybe if you choose to follow your heart calling and you would like to leave your job, I can help you with that. We can create that plan that it can help you fully let go of your current job and fully embrace you, your gift, your business. But this is something if you would like to do, right? So I can help you create a business that honor both your family, your job, and your heart calling. If I resonate with you, just reach out and let's create that plan that it can help you, or at least just get you started with letting go of the overwhelm, have a more practical tools and technique, and empower you as an empath.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. And if you thought we were done, we are not. We are still here. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows who everybody is here and who we serve and how we serve. And now, this is going to be my last questions for you, ladies. It's a question that you have no idea. In my life, I have a mantra, and my mantra is super easy. It is be the whole of who you are, let go of the conditioning, and step into your full power. And when I repeat this mantra to myself, what it does is I let my auric field expand out and bring back to me all the things and the people and the experiences and the wisdom that are meant for me. And I would like you guys to tell the audience today, those moms that are watching us and they're like, seem like you have it together, but I'm not sure I can get there. I would like you guys to talk about your mantra and how it helps you to move forward in your mom, in your soul business journey, in your entrepreneur journey. And we're going to start with you, Sarah.
Okay, so my I guess the essence of me is that there's only one me, and I can't get it wrong because I'm the only one who has the script. I'm the only one who has the rule book, so I can't get it wrong because I've got information that nobody else has for this role of being me. And I also love to say where other people see obstacles, I see opportunities, because I genuinely feel like the life I have now, for example, and the business I have now, and the marriage I have now are things that once felt like an impossible dream. I was living with chronic pain 24/7 to the point where I didn't even want to be alive anymore. In fact, I was told from the day I was born that I wouldn't live. So I've already proven that anything is possible. So I want to live the truest essence of myself. And I know that part of my soul's path is to defy all the odds, to overcome obstacles, and to prove that when the spirit and the passion is strong, any physical or geographical or financial limitations are largely irrelevant. When there's a will, there's a way. So I know I'm here to burn bright, but if I can just inspire one person to think, well, okay, if you can do all of what you've done with the limited set of resources that you had to start with and absolutely no positive expectations upon you, then if I can do that, then you can do anything. And I know that's my soul calling, to really just defy all the odds and to inspire that resilience and fight and fire in everybody that I encounter, because we're all here for a reason and we all have massive roles to play and massive legacies to leave. And maybe it's just that you haven't discovered it yet. Or maybe you're trying to live into somebody else's version or somebody else's script that was never yours in the first place. And the more you resist the truth of who you are, the harder it's going to be. So give yourself a break and liberate yourself to live by your own script, and you will put on a more beautiful performance than you ever anticipated.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. Amber, it's your wisdom time.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to start by the really simple one of just follow your dreams, they know the way. And honestly, this has proven to be true to me over and over and over again. The more I've actually allowed myself to choose what I want in my life and intentionally just continue to move towards it every single day, like really bringing all of my actions into alignment with how I visualize my life to be, and knowing that that vision can change any moment. So I dreamed of, a real quick story, I dreamed of living in a gorgeous villa with a swimming pool in Egypt with my family. And at this point we were living in a cockroach infested flat with very little furniture. It was pretty bad. And within a few months of making that decision and putting in things and practices into place, I actually did manage to somehow, by miracle, find a villa that was within our price range, absolutely gorgeous, that was completely empty, had a gorgeous pool, and it had an outhouse that my nan could come and visit us from, because we're from the UK, so they'd fly over to visit us there. And I loved that life, and that was a dream, and I made it come true. And then my marriage fell apart, and that life didn't feel like a dream anymore, but there were new dreams to be born. And so that's my second thing. Dreams are built out of contrast. When you're going through a hard day or a hard time, I want you to know that within that contrast is a spark of desire for something else. So rather than keep focusing on the thing that you don't want, allow that contrast to birth into your reality a new desire. And on that same thread, your desires were preordained by your soul. In human design theory, I personally truly believe that your desires come from a soul place. Is your soul saying, I want to experience this in my lifetime? Wouldn't it be amazing to create that in this reality, in this lifetime? And so just knowing that that is your soul's calling, I really want you to know that that was always meant for you. I think sometimes we believe we have dreams and then we look at them and go, that's not for me. I mean, it'll be okay for that person, but not for me. She's only got one child and I've got two. She's only got 3 children and I've got 8. And how on earth am I going to make that happen? But the truth is that it's not about their life and what they've created and what they're capable of. It's about recognizing that you're a truly limitless being. And the only person in control of you is you. The only person in control of how your life shapes out is you. How you think, how you feel, and how you respond. That's what's going to create the magic that you're looking for. So just keep following your dreams, because they do know the way.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Amber. Carol, how about you?
So I'm going to share 2. So one is with love and always love. And the meaning of that mantra for me is I do the best to always come from a place of love. And I'm going to let that sink in, because like my whole body is like, ah. So it's with love and always love. And it's just motivating me to always, always come from a place of love to the best of my abilities, right? Because I also have my things that I'm still working. So I always will tune in and come from a place of love. Now, when life gets challenged, when you have things that does not go the way you envisioning, planning, whatever you want to look at, I use the Hawaiian prayer, the Ho'oponopono, to shift the situation and help me step out of the challenge, step out of the situation, and see it as an outsider, seeing it as a curious eye of what's the lesson, How can I grow? What can I learn from this challenge in this situation? And if you're new to the Hawaiian prayer, the Ho'oponopono, it goes like this. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. So it's going in a humble way that you have co-created this challenge, you have co-created this reality, you're part of it, but you want to bring forgiveness, you want to bring love, and you want to bring gratitude. Those are the two things that I do when it comes to mantras.
Beautiful. I want to thank you, ladies, so much for sharing so many action steps. And if you are listening today, go and listen again, because there are so many action steps that were given today by Sarah, Amber, and Carol. And I will go over the mantras again. So Sarah, you said, I am the only one that has my own script. This is magic to my ears. Seriously, I've never thought of this. And you just opened my world. And Amber, follow your dreams. They know the way. They actually do know their way. And Carol, with love and always love. So putting those three mantras together really makes a beautiful summary of what we've talked about today. And people listening today, if you got one thing, go into your body and go into that inner knowing, that intuition, that inner self, because all those inner body responses will tell you how and where to go from here and forever. If you want to reach out to any of the speakers today, you have the handles in the corner, and I will also put them in the show notes. And I will see you again for another Soulful Conversation next week.